what's happened and what hasn't happened, mostly what hasn't happened. The original plan from the Coalition of Unions was to put out a bill yesterday addressing the pension issue that we thought we would give legislators who were a little bit on the fence an opportunity to vote yes for it, so that come election time in November, they would be able to say that they too voted for pension reform. Unfortunately, one or possibly two members of our coalition got cold feet yesterday and decided that they didn't want to do that, in spite of our talking to them. Again, our position is simple. Something's going to happen with the pensions, undoubtedly. And it's better, just like Senate Bill 7, it's better if we get involved with a bill rather than have somebody like Madigan or Cullerton or someone like that sponsor the bill. So then Madigan and Cullerton were supposed to introduce a bill today. That didn't happen either. So we've talked to some senators and some representatives, and mostly senators. They don't know anything about what's going on. So the best I can tell you is right now it's in a big state of undefinable strategy, if you call it that. So we're still going to try to get our bill out there sometime this week, because we think that it's going to be a whole lot better than the legislator's bill. For example, the issues that are current are COLA, and of course there are those people who want to do away with COLA. There are those people who want to put COLA on the first $25,000 of your pension, and there are people who want to get rid of it entirely. There are people who don't want to hit the present retirees. We heard yesterday that the legislator's bill probably will be effective July 1, 2013. Now don't take that date to the bank, because you know in Springfield things change in a hurry. Now if that's the case, then everybody's got 1 year to go. We got some calls today in our office from some of our members who were planning on retiring next year, and they were asking us what they thought, what we thought they ought to do. And we said, well, we explained the facts to them and said, you know, if the bill comes out, whatever bill comes out, is effective July 1, 2013, you're bulletproof for another year. So, you know, take that into consideration. But all the issues out there, of course, are retiree health insurance. The bill that Madigan sponsored, Senate Bill 1313, a couple of days ago, that was passed and it's going to be signed by Quinn, says that the director of the Central Management Service, which runs the insurance program for the state and so on, will make a determination of what the premiums will be on retiree health insurance. Now, so we don't know whether the retiree health insurance, it certainly isn't going to get better. So we don't know whether that person will try to change the benefits, raise the premiums, etc., etc. We don't know that, but that's in the mix. The number of years of service, our bill was going to say 62, but the more we're hearing is Madigan Cullerton bill, or whoever has a bill, will remain at 67. And that's going to be a problem. And the list goes on and on. So almost none of our retirees or people who are close to retiring or people who are just getting involved in the system are safe. I mean, you know, for a while we were saying, well, if you're retired, that's not going to be a problem. Well, it's going to be a problem for health care, among other things. So, finally, no matter what happens, the ace in the hole here is the court system, because, you know, we preached all along a couple of years ago when CONCON was up for a vote. We said, vote CONCON down. We don't want to have CONCON because CONCON protects our pension. And I think I put something in the last paper about the language of CONCON that protects our pensions. So you probably know what that is. So I guess to sum all this stuff up is that we are working as hard as we can within our coalition. And in our coalition is the Illinois Education Association, AFSCME, American Federation of State Municipal Employees, SEIU, and us, and then we've got the firefighters and the police and so on, because they're municipal employees. So that's our coalition, and we're reluctant to do anything that we don't have the unanimous support of that coalition, because then, you know, if, like the IAA, if and they were invited to participate today and they declined, if for some reason or other Madigan's bill or Cullerton's bill gets whacked, which we hope it will, but if it gets whacked, then they don't want to be a part of a bill that moves a little bit toward pension reform. They want to be able to tell their members, hey, we weren't involved with this, you know, we fought the good fight. But I believe personally that something is going to happen with pensions. There's no doubt about it. Because out of every dollar of revenue the state takes in, about 40 cents of it goes for pensions and pension reform. Now, we can say all along that the state created this problem because they didn't fund the pensions, but reality is reality. They didn't. And so now here we're faced with it. And for us to tell people who are interested in state parks, you know, we're going to take the lion's share of revenue that comes in, really isn't fair. Plus, it's an unpopular position. So as much as we try to protect your pensions, be aware that there are some alien forces out there that, yes, miss.
I was going to wait till you were done. Question, if our bill goes out and passes, what I thought I heard you say was it still could go to the courts, even if it's one that the
yes.
coalition agreed to,
yes.
it still will be determined.
No matter what bill is finally signed by Quinn, we will go to court, because we still believe that the language of CONCON protects us. We haven't abandoned that yet. And we, by the way, we've got other states, Arizona being one of them, where they have similar language. Test cases have gone to court and the unions have won. So that's a bit of a bright star.